Alright, what is up there guys, this is Cobb and welcome to the first of a bunch of weekly vlogs. I really hope that's not Luna scratching at the door already. The time is 4:44 AM. 4:45 in the morning, perfect time to do a vlog, right? I lock Luna out of the room, I put the Hoover in front of the door, the vacuum cleaner in front of the door, because she's scared of the vacuum cleaner. I was hoping that it would be like a Luna ward, but it sounds like she's just picking at the door right now. The baby is with us. How are you doing, Stinky? Oh, she just wants to get down. She just wanted to get down. I carried her in the room. Oh no, never mind, she's on the desk right now. Okay, alright. Apologies, my mic quality went really bad there. Luna went ahead and paused the fucking recording. Anyways, in these videos, I'm just going to give some quick updates. Like I say, it's nearly 5 in the morning right now. Perfect time to go ahead and record a vlog in my book. This is around the only time that I get some hours to myself of the day. Typically speaking, this is the time of day where I might play some Steam games on my own. I might do a little bit of writing, which we have a question from, or a question about rather, from Mr. Brox. That was in the comments of the video. I was asking for some questions and stuff. So fuck it, now's the perfect time, man. I'm gonna answer a couple of questions, answer them kind of in depth, because I prefer to answer a couple of questions and then really go to town on these, rather than just answer like fucking 8 questions and be like blah, 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 and just kind of like speed over all of them, you know. So that's what we're gonna do. If you want to leave any questions down below, definitely go ahead and do that. We'll talk about anything in these lovely nighttime twilight episodes, you know. It really can be questions about anything. It can be stuff that you've got going on in your life. Maybe you want some advice from Agony Uncle Cobb. Maybe it's gaming related questions or questions about me or whatever the fuck, you know. Anyway, first question that we got this week is from Manju. And he's asking, did you take a look at WoW and Argus? And does it spark any kind of interest in you? And he also asks a second question, but I'm going to answer this one first. Did I take a look at WoW and Argus? Does it spark any kind of interest in me? I've got to be honest, and me and Sophie were talking about this today actually. Because I mentioned that that Manju asked this question. No, man. Honestly, like me and Sophie were talking today about this, about just how otherworldly World of Warcraft seems to us right now. We are so distant from the game, man. We are so distant from the game. Honestly, I think I've been on MMO Champion one time to check some updates that some people were talking about to Destro locks and stuff. But I've only checked MMO Champion like once in the past 6 months. It's a fairly long time, I'd say. My interest in World of Warcraft is just completely non-existent, and I appreciate that that's not going to be the news that a lot of people want to hear. I know that half of the comments that we get on the video still are people, you know, we're come back to WoW, you know, Destro's strong, you know. But I mean, being 100% honest, it's just not going to happen, man. It's just not going to happen. I won't be returning to World of Warcraft. I said that in the video where I quit the game. A lot of people were like, "Oh, what a load of shit! He's going to be back in, you know, next patch or next week or tomorrow or whatever, you know." But I mean, I wouldn't say something like that in a video, especially a video where I'm talking about quitting the game. I wouldn't say something that concrete unless I really meant it. And turns out I was right. I'm just a million miles away from World of Warcraft right now, and while I do hope that the game picks up, and I hope that the game's doing well, and I hope that everyone who's still playing the game is really, really enjoying it, it's just not me. It's not me anymore, you know? Second half of the question that Manju asked is, did you go to parties and go crazy and all that shit when you were younger? Again, not really, no. It might seem a little bit weird that I picked a question where I just answer no to both of them. Maybe that makes it a little bit chitty and uninteresting. Do you guys expect me to be the kind of guy who go crazy and wild, you know, in my teenage years or my later teenage years or whatever? I mean, I used to drink when I was a teenager and stuff, but it's mainly because friends would do it. I do enjoy drinking. I'm not like an anti-drinking guy. I enjoy getting drunk. It's a good laugh, you know. But I didn't go crazy. I mean, how do you define going crazy? Nah, I didn't go crazy. Next question comes in from Mr. Brox, and this was part of a much bigger comment that Brox left in the comments. I just kind of snipped off the end so we can get to the question. Hope that you don't mind, Brox. While I think sharing what you write, it's about writing. He heard that I enjoy writing and like to do that in my spare time, and you know what? After I've recorded this video, I'm probably going to go and write for a couple of hours before I go to sleep eventually at like 7 AM because, you know, it's just the life that I lead, I guess. Anyway, while I think sharing what you write would be far too personal and invasive, I don't think so. You could talk about why you enjoy it, or maybe the process of doing it for people who don't do it. I like this question, man. I like this question because it's about something that I really, really enjoy. So fuck it, maybe a lot of people aren't interested in this, but I fucking love writing, man. And writing's one of those things that I think that a lot of people just dismiss as a hobby that they just know that they're not going to be interested in. Like, writing, are you why would I want to sit down and write a fucking story, you know? Like, what the hell kind of shit is that? Which is just ridiculous to me. That's so fucking ridiculous to me. I actually remember telling Caben about this, man. Caben, if you're watching this video, man, I'm going to fucking roast your ass right now. Not really, but I remember mentioning to Caben that that I was going to, like, clock off WoW at some point. This was like a year ago or something. Like, fuck this, man, I'm going to log out. I'm gonna go and write for a little while and just relax, you know? I just kind of mentioned it on the offhand like that and was about to log out, and he was like, writing? What the fuck, you know? And I was like, what? Like, what the hell is wrong with writing, you know? And he's like, that's like playing the piano or something. What the, like, as if there's anything wrong with playing the piano anyway. But yeah, people have this idea in their head that writing is like this boring ass thing, whereas to me, it's just the ultimate. I literally can't think of anything. If I could pick like one thing to do for just the rest of my life, it would be fucking writing stories, man. And it's mainly because, what the hell is it mainly because? Like, there's no one single huge reason. Just the freedom of it, the sense of exhilaration when you're really in the moment and you're really immersed in what you're writing, you know, and you're writing like your character's being chased through the woods by a fucking, I don't know, minotaur or something, and you get this sensation, you know, while you're writing, that your heart is pounding in your fucking chest, man, because you're so into it. It's almost like it's a fucking dream while you're writing it, you know? And likewise, any other kind of scene like that, when your character's really fucking frightened of something, man, when you're writing a horror, dude, I tell you what, man, little funny thing, and I'm just rambling here right now, but fuck it, man, it's late, and this is how I'm gonna answer this question, Brox, so I'm sorry, man. I can't write horror, dude. I can't write horror, and it's not because I don't have it in me, it's not because I can't get the tone right, it's not because I can't get the settings or the characters or the suspense right. At least I don't think so. I think I do a pretty good job of it. But I just scare myself, dude. Like, I'm visualizing in my head what my character will be feeling and thinking and seeing and hearing while they're, you know, in this abandoned cottage in the middle of the woods all alone at night, and there's faces looking in through the windows and there's blah blah blah. All this crazy shit going on, and I'm just there, like, I just end up being paralyzed, you know? These are my hands, by the way, like, on the fucking keyboard. I'm like, fucking Luna scaring the shit out of me, rattling the fucking blinds and stuff at the sign, and I'm just terrified, man. I dare not even type on the keyboard in case I make any noise and the monster comes to get me, you know? I'm not that crazy, but I just don't enjoy writing horror because I feel, it just paralyzes me, dude. I get too into it and it just scares the fucking shit out of me. So that's why I enjoy writing. It's the immersion. It's the ability to just create a world. You want a world that's fucking... you know when there's too many possibilities and you just can't... and you can't think of anything? But you can create whatever world you want, whatever climate you want, whatever kind of wildlife you want on that world. It can be a world ruled by any form of government. It can be completely without government. It can be fucking any kind of magic system that you want in your world can exist. Any kind of mythical creature storyline. Nothing is too crazy. Nothing is too terrifying. And nothing is too, you know, awe-inspiring. To go ahead and include in your story, you know, because it's your fucking world, man. You can do whatever the hell you want. And I sound like Bob Ross right now. This is your world. You're the creator. What the hell was the rest of the question as well, anyways? Sorry, Brox, I'm just fucking talking like an idiot right now, man. But whatever, man. I don't give a shit. I'm not even going to cut the video right now. Watch. See, I didn't even cut it. I'm just going to let these videos roll and just see where they go, man. Talk about why you enjoy it, maybe the process of doing it for people who don't do it. Okay, so typically the process of writing, you know what? Writing 101, because I've been considering making a little side channel, a little writing channel, where I just talk about the process of writing and why I enjoy it, character types, blah blah blah, blah, to help people get started and stuff like that. Kind of like a writing help channel or something. This can be a little taster of what might be to come if I ever have the fucking time to do this in the future. The process of doing it, it obviously all starts with an idea. It's really hard to just sit down and just be like, okay, I need something to write about that's creative, and you just like flick a creative switch and you just go. you gotta have a story in mind. You gotta have a memory to draw from in your real life, something that really scared the shit out of you, a time where you were really fucking angry, or a time where you felt like you weren't good enough to do something, and then when you tried to do it, you fucking pulled it off. Any kind of really solid emotion like that is really good to draw from if you're struggling for ideas and you want to build off of a memory like that and build off a really strong experience. Maybe you just read a story in the news, or read another book, like, I don't know, maybe you're reading the fucking Game of Thrones books or something, and you think to yourself during one scene, what if this happened? What if this character said this, and that can provide a trigger, and suddenly the ball's rolling in your mind, and you can build your own fantasy world off of that. The ideas can come from fucking anywhere. And most people, honestly, I believe, have story ideas in them. Just because no one's life is boring. Trust me, man. Fucking trust me. I don't care how boring you think your life is, man. No one's fucking life is boring, man. Everyone has got shit going on. And even if you don't have anything going on, there's a story in that. There are still stories in that. There are still stories about... I mean, God, let's just say, man, I was watching a video on YouTube the other day, actually, about some bloke who's like 34 years old. In the video, he discusses this, right? I'm not fucking insulting the guy. This is what he says. He says that he's like graduated 3 times. He's 34 years old. He still lives with his parents, unemployed, and is still a virgin. I'm not gonna say any more than that. Do with those facts what you will. That guy's life might seem like the most boring shit ever. There is such a fucking crazy, almost dark, tragic story in that, you know? So, there are stories everywhere. There are stories everywhere. It just depends which ones grab your attention and which ones you want to go ahead and write. Once you have the idea, because the idea is the easy part, you need to decide whether you are a planner or a pantser. Now, a pantser just has the general idea. They might write down a brief plan of what they want to do in the story. Okay, the story starts around here. Jacob, I don't know, kills the guy who... whatever, kills the guy who kicked his dog or something, you know, and oh my god, the story starts there. It's a story about a guy being on the run for fucking murdering somebody, you know. This is probably gonna happen. He's gonna go all Michael Scofield mode and, you know, ring up Agent Mahone, let me disappear, and stuff like that. Ooh, tension rising and all that. And then you gotta come up with an ending. Is it gonna have a sad ending and be a tragedy? Is it gonna have a happy ending? Whatever. Maybe you don't want to even know the ending. Maybe you just want to write until you figure out what the ending is. But pantsers generally just kind of go with the flow. They don't plan too much. They just have a general idea and just roll with it. And it's definitely a much more exciting way to write, because then you're creating all the time as you're writing. You don't really know what's going to happen next. You just sort of build a few characters and just fucking go, man, and just, you know, let the pieces fall where they may. If you want to get published, though, it's going to be a lot tougher, because your story has to have a lot more structure, and the themes have to be really well pronounced throughout the whole story, and etc, etc. But you probably don't care about that too much when you're first starting out, and rewriting is just a fact of life anyway, whether you're a planner or a pantser. The next form of writing is a planner. I'm a planner. I'm the kind of guy who likes to fucking... I need to know the ending, or I just can't put pen to paper, or finger to keyboard, you know? I need to plan out every single fucking detail, man. I need to know... I need to have, like, extensive... at least 1-page long biographies on every single main character who's involved in the plot in any way. I need a complete breakdown of what's going to happen in every chapter. How is it going to end on a moment that's kind of like a cliffhanger that's going to make someone want to turn the page. I'm saying this like I've been published. I've not been published, obviously, but I hope to be someday. But yeah, just fucking plan out every single detail. That's what I like to do, man. I think I excel at planning. That's something that I'm good at, so I definitely use that in my writing as well. Man, I've been talking about this question for a long fucking time, man, but screw it, it's interesting. Have we got anything else to say on the subject? Anyway, yeah, fuck it. To round off this video, I want to talk about this guy a little bit more. That guy who I mentioned, the 34-year-old guy who's still unemployed, still live with his parents, who's still a virgin. The poor dude, man. I want to talk about him a little bit more, because this has really been playing on my mind since I saw this video, and it really unsettled me to see this guy. Because this guy has been completely defeated by life, but at the same time, I want to be a little bit fucking critical of this guy, right? You gotta understand that this guy blames everyone and everything but himself for where he is. If you want to go ahead and see the video, I think I already mentioned, but just literally type in YouTube, age 34, unemployed, graduated 3 times or whatever, and you'll fucking find the video. It's got like 400,000 views, which is really interesting to me, because if you post one video and it gets 400,000 views and your channel has like 800 subscribers, you'd think that you'd keep on uploading and make a fucking YouTube career. You know, it's just sort of sitting there, and the guy knows how to edit and cut his video as well, apparently, so... I mean, fuck, can't you just like... I mean, honestly, no, I'll get to that in just a little bit, but man, this guy blames everyone and everything but himself for where he is. He blames his teachers in school. Teachers who he said, you know, lied to him, and told him, you know, to keep his head down and do his work and get his good grades, and then he'll get into a decent college, which I guess that he did. He got into a decent college. The college teachers, keep your head down, get good grades, and you know, you'll get a career once you leave college, blah 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 blah. Leaves college, none of that happens, because, you know, reality hits home. The schooling system has a lot of fucking issues with it, and they should be so much more transparent about what really actually gets you a job, because it fucking isn't grades. Honestly, for the most part, it's almost never grades. But that's a whole other topic. So then he goes on to blame the employers. Whenever he'd apply for a job and he'd say, oh, they're asking for so much, blah 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 blah, you know, they're asking for like the greatest grades the world has ever seen, and they want experience, and they want this and they want that. When in reality, you know what, I'll get to that in just a little bit as well. He blames the government, he blames, you know, the town that he lives in, blah blah blah. He just blames everything but himself. Everything but himself. He is a victim of circumstance. He's a victim of circumstance, man. Things happen to him. He's like the Hearthstone player that, you know, truly believes that he is never lucky and everyone else is lucky. He's the guy who rages on Overwatch. Why do I always have to get the bad teammates? I'm the only guy who's trying on this team. Everyone else sucks, you know. I'm carrying everyone else, you know. He's that guy. He's that guy personified, man. And it's a sad video, man. I recommend that you go and watch it as an example of what to not become. And the reason to play it on my mind so much is because, like I say, man, he's uploaded a video and it got 400,000 views. And he did nothing with it. And then 1 year later, he posted another video called Age 34, Graduated 3 Times, Unemployed. 1 year on. As in 1 year later. Ooh, what's been going on in his life since? What do you think has been going on in his life since he made this video, you know, being a victim of circumstance? Nothing. Obviously, right? Obviously. He's still unemployed. He's still living with his parents. But this guy, man, it's like his life just hit pause the moment he left school, and he did not adapt to the real world at all. He had a YouTube career sitting right in front of his eyes. Sitting right in front of his eyes. He posts one video, gets 400,000 views. If he just posts like one video a week, just complaining about stuff, because he's good at it. He's fairly good at complaining about stuff. He could even try and learn to do it in a slightly comedic fashion. And he probably could have got himself a YouTube career, you know? Even if just a minor one, you know? Just a little bit of income every month. He could have fucking did that. He obviously has editing skills. He could just apply to be an editor on, like, every single YouTuber's channel with over 1 million subscribers. You know, while you're unemployed, you have all the time in the world. He could have created a portfolio on his YouTube, or a short 3-minute video showing off his editing skills and blah 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 blah, that he could just link to people to show that he has the credentials and that he knows what he's doing, and start editing videos for people, earn a wage, you know? Point is that school is a load of shit. School does not prepare you for the real world, as they say. School does not prepare you for what is coming, for the lifestyle of being a job seeker or whatever when you're an adult. But it's so important not to let yourself be a victim of circumstance, man. You need to be the creator of circumstance. You need to be the creator of circumstance. And I think the main reason why this video resonated with me so much is that when I was like 19, I was kind of like 6 months out of college or something. I couldn't find a job at all. I tried for like, honestly, it must have been like fucking 12 months. It must have been like an entire year. I was applying for like, I think a minimum of about 7 jobs per week. I was applying like fucking crazy, man, because I didn't know how the world worked. I didn't know how the world worked, man. You know what you gotta do? Start creating positive circumstances for yourself. Learn how to talk, man. Learn how to communicate effectively. Learn charisma. Learn to fake confidence, right? Just fucking wear it like a mask when you meet someone new for the first time, you know? Fake fucking confidence. Sell yourself. Not your soul, but you know, be able to sell your skill set to people. God, man. I wish somebody had told me to do that fucking shit when I was like 19. Well, then again, I wouldn't be where I am today, but... Man, I don't know. Just seeing this guy's story really, really disheveled me, because he has all the power in the world to affect his own life. He's 34 years old, he has editing skills. Christ, man, he can do whatever the hell he wants. Like, seriously, man, some people are just trapped in the prison of their own mind, I feel. I don't really know where I'm going with this, other than to say, don't be a victim of circumstance, man. Don't be a victim of circumstance. You feel like your fucking life sucks. Use that as an opportunity to take it by the balls. Crunch them a little bit. And just fucking take control, man. And really do shit that scares you. Do shit that requires balls. And just fucking crush it, man. Don't make excuses. I think that's just the best advice I could have ever been given by anybody ever. Only I just give myself this advice now. Almost every excuse that you ever make for yourself for not doing something, even if it feels like it's literally woven into the fibre of your being that you are incapable of doing something, like 99% of excuses are just bullshit, man. They're just bullshit. Like, I'm not saying fucking jump off a cliff and flap your arms as hard as you can and maybe you'll fly. Like, obviously, you're just gonna die. Ah, fuck it, man. Whatever. Rambling like crazy. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Drop any questions you might have down below for next week's vlog. Maybe we'll do it a little bit sooner, because these are kind of fun to do. I'm just rambling like an idiot and just kind of hoping that it's going somewhere, but thanks for stopping by. I can't even remember my outro, dude. I'm getting fucking sleepy, man. I need to go and write a little bit. It'll wake me up. Can never sleep, dude, once I get writing. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Do enjoy the rest of your day now, and I'm going to catch all of you guys in next week's episode.